Hi guys, welcome to Exploit. In this video we are going to install Kali Linux on our VirtualBox. So here we are at the kalilinux.org/downloads. So these are the Kali Linux official ISO files. So you can download these 64 bits. This is 3.7 gigs from the download button over here. Click on this button to go to that URL. Okay, so I'm now going to install 64-bit. So install. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cancel it as I've already installed it in my system. So the next thing we need is VirtualBox. So this is the VirtualBox from Oracle. So this is virtualbox.org/wiki downloads. Windows host OS X etc. You can download it from this button. Click on this button to go to that URL. So I'm going to download Windows host over here. I'm going to cancel it as I've already downloaded it. This is my Oracle VirtualBox. Let's start it up, close it. Let's add a new machine. So I'm going to click on the new. This will install a new virtual machine on the Oracle VirtualBox. I'm going to name it as the hood. You can name it anything you like. The hood. This is the default location which is going to install. Type is Linux. Okay, the version is Debian64. I'm going to select Debian64 as it is closest to the Linux distribution. So Debian64, click on next. And this is the page for memory size. You can allot anything you want, but to be on the safer side, place the marker inside the green area only. So I'm going to allot this much of size to the memory. So the next step is hard disk. Okay, it says create a virtual hard disk now. I'm going to select it by default. Create a virtual hard disk. VDI virtual disk image. Okay, select next. It's going to create a disk image inside my hard disk. Okay, it's dynamically allocated storage on physical hard disk. So let it create dynamically. Okay, now this is the file location, the size of the disk you want to allocate. So this is the hood VDI, this is the ISO file, and this is the hard disk. I'm going to give it something like 100 GBs or 96 is fine. Okay, click to next. Now we have the hood VM installed, and now we have some settings. Now in the settings page we have the general instructions as the hood, Linux and Daemon64. Okay, we have advanced, both set to bidirectional so that my operating system can talk to this virtual machine and this virtual machine can talk to my OS. Okay, this encryption is none. Okay, system motherboard is in the safe area, 1575172 MBs. Okay, we need processors to be in the safe area. We need 4 CPUs. Okay, that's enough. Acceleration, we don't need acceleration right now, so processors 4, motherboard safe. So we go to display. Inside the display, video memory is going to be full. Enable 3D, recording is none, remote display is none. Now this comes the final part. This is the main part of the installation of VM. This is the storage where we are going to load our ISO file we have downloaded just right now. Click on this empty CD. Now at the right side we have the ID secondary master. Okay, choose a disk file. Okay, so this is the Kali Linux ISO we have downloaded. Choose this file. So this has been uploaded to this CD. Audio is fine. Network, we have network adapters, adapter 1, network address translation. Port, serial ports are not enabled. USB, you can enable, disable from here. Shared folders, user interface, everything else is fine. Now just go to generals, click OK, and now let's click on the start button. So let's start. So now this is the installation guide, Kali Linux 2020.3 installation. Now this is the ISO file we have. It has selected automatically. Click on start. It shows graphical installation, advanced mode. Now you can move this highlight option by using the arrow keys, up and down arrow keys on your keyboard. So I'm going to carry on with the graphical installation. Okay, let it take its time. Okay, so now it prompts us to choose a language. Okay, we are fine with English. Continue. Now select your location. I'm going to select India. Okay, configure keyboard layout. It's American English by default. I'm going to keep it default. Detecting and mounting installation media. Okay, it is installing Kali Linux. Okay, and by the time it is installing, if you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you can receive the notification of my next video. Please also like this video. So it is installing, it is finished installation, and now it is detecting hardware. So let us wait. Configuring the network. Okay, that will take some time. IPv6 configuration, DHCP, dynamic host. Okay, so we have configured the network. So we are going to allot some name to the network. We have the hood. Okay, continue. Domain name. Okay, you can put a domain name to your network, but I'm going to set it default blank. Continue. Set up users and passwords. Full name of the users. I'm going to put it in the full name of the user, the hood. Continue. And then username for account, the hood, same for the user account, the hood, and then continue. And now we're going to set a strong memorable password. So let me try something like this. Yeah, that looks fine. And then verify the password. Let me verify this password. Hope I remember it. Yeah. Continue. Yeah, I remember it. Configure the clock. Now it is configuring, setting up the clock. Okay, and by the time it is setting up the clock in background, let me tell you that there are instances where the installation of this Kali Linux fails at certain steps. Now if you see installation failure at some steps, now go back to the step where you allotted hard disk, and instead of 20 or 30 gigs, you can allot more than 50 or 60 and then try it again. Okay, so now back we are partitioning disk. It is going use entire disk, so I'm going to use entire disk, so not splitting the content in different spaces. Okay, this is the VTA hard disk. Okay, virtual hard disk created by the VM. Okay, all files in one partition, absolutely recommended. Okay, continue. And then we have partitioning changes, primary 102 gigs and 1 GB. Okay, continue. So partition disk, yes. Format, write the changes to the disk, select yes, and then continue. And then it is partitioning disk and installing the base system. So now this will take time, so what I'll do, I'll skip the video. So now after the installation of the base system, we have the software installation. Now there are a list of software provided by this Kali. If you're not sure how each of them look like, now this is Genome's desktop. Now Genome looks like a bit like this. We have sidebar over here and these tabs. This is Genome desktop, and KDE Plasma comes next, KDE Plasma 5. Now KDE Plasma looks like this, and then by KDE Plasma we have Cinnamon desktop. This looks like this, a bit nicer, the handmade desktop, and then we have Unity desktop, and then XFE desktop. We have a lots and lots of options for this Kali Linux. Okay, so choose whatever you want, whatever you like. I'm going with the default XFE software. Okay, select and continue. Now it is installing software. Now this will take a while, so I'm going to skip to the next step. So after the installation of the software, the GRUB bootloader. Now it says install the GRUB bootloader. Okay, primary device, select yes, and then click continue, and then enter the device. This is the DVA hard disk. Boot up the VM from this hard disk, continue, and then it is installing bootloader. It has installed, and now it is finishing installation. It says hooray, installation complete. Click continue, and then it is finishing the installation. You are almost there. Okay, so now it is rebooting. Okay, Kali Linux. Okay, I'm not going to touch anything. Press enter. Something comes up. yeah, the dragon, the very nice dragon come up. Yeah, so the password, hope I remember that. Yes, I remembered that. Too nice. Okay, so this is the Linux. Obviously this is not on a full screen, but we'll show that. So this is the Linux installer VMware. So this is the full screen, Control F. So congratulations, you have just installed Linux on virtual machine and now you're ready to hack things. Go on and don't forget to subscribe and like this video.